I'm a little old fashioned in the sense, the man, if you want the woman, you got to go and you got to go get her. You got to do what you got to
The
do.
flower doesn't choose the bee, right?
Yeah, yes. So he kind of did that. He actually came up to me and asked me, "Hey, you want to grab a bite to eat with us? We're going to this spot." And I'm a big foodie, so I was like, I want to go, but I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, actually, I have some food at home that I already had left over, so I'm gonna go home. But really, I was tired, and I didn't want to just be like, no, I want to go. But and he was like, oh, okay. He's like, all right, well, maybe next time. And I was like, okay.
Which was code for he wasn't giving up.
Yeah. I was like, maybe next time. So I would say he called me like a couple of days later after that. And we would talk sometimes, but it wasn't frequent. And so he called me up, and I'm thinking he was going to ask me, hey, they're doing something, and he was asking me to, hey, you're free, available to go? And so more or less, he was asking me, hey, have you heard anything? Has anybody said anything to you? That's how he started the conversation. And I said, no, like, what do you mean? And he's like, I don't know, has anybody like said anything about, like, I said, about what, like you and me?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And so I was like, I haven't heard anything per se, but I've gotten looks. Some people would, give looks, like knowing looks like something might be going on between y'all. And I kind of told him that, like something might, I think that some friends think that there's something going on between us. And then he said, I don't know, is there?
No, you said that.
I said, I don't know, is there? Yeah. And he said, well, I would like to get to know you better, and I would like to get to know you a little bit more, and like the qualities of like, your character. And so it was like a silence, like he was waiting for me to respond. And I paused. I didn't initially respond right away. So I was so I was like, he's asking me out. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, well, I had been watching him for a while. I had my eye on him, and I was liking what I was seeing so far. So I was like, you know what? I do like some things about you. I named some of the qualities I like. I like the fact that he was a very mild, kind person, very considerate, especially of older ones. I watched how he interacted with older people, older women, older men. So he was very respectful towards them, very considerate towards them. And so, endearing qualities that I was looking for anyway in a mate. That's like, what, I like to get to know you a little bit more too.
He took it.
So that was his response. He said it was like the longest.
Let me tell you, I was just sweating. I'm like, when I heard that silence, I'm like, oh my God. Man, is she gonna shoot me down? Because I can't get a read on her, because she did not have she had a poker face. So you would never know what she was thinking. None of us did. None of us did. So when she said, I'd like to get to know you better too. Yes, okay. So, we made it official, and it was October.
Yeah.
It was October.
October. And it was actually upcoming a big event that was an annual event that we were all going to be going to. So at that point, we're just like, hey, most people are going to see us together, but yeah, we're dating.
We're official,
so they do ask us.
Official. Look at that.
There you go.
So there began our dating journey. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Excellent.
So we kind of together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you hit on some nice points there. What's the expression we always use as far as love showing up in your life?
Well, you don't actually find love.
Yeah.
Love found you.
Yeah.
Whenever you have love, it's because it found you.
And if you think about the fact that you said you weren't looking, you were busy living life, doing what you do, and then you happen to see this person, and you don't even think at the very beginning that your life could completely change because these two entities are going to become one. But they start taking place in your mind, in your heart, and at some point, love shows up. And there's a question of what are you going to do about it? Because things could have gone so differently if you never said yes to an invitation. or if he never had the courage to ask. And you start wondering about all these possibilities, but the fact that you're together, despite the opposite, it's profound to me. Every time I come across people that truly, truly love each other. And that leads to my next question. Inevitably, when you date, there are going to be challenges. So how were the two of you able to cope with the obstacles that surfaced while you were dating?
Wow. I can start with a challenge that, affected both of us. After we started dating, I found myself unemployed.
Oh.
So, it was kind of rough going. I'm not gonna lie. Not to say that, we couldn't go out, we couldn't hang out, we couldn't do things, but, if I wanted to go somewhere with her or take her out somewhere, I may not be able to afford this restaurant. Maybe we have to swing by and get a 6-piece from work. But you understand, finances were tight at that point. So not just that I'm contending with, trying to find employment that works with my schedule for my meetings. So that was kind of difficult because the offers were there, but it would conflict with our worship schedule. So that wouldn't work for me. And so, here I am desperately needing a job, looking at my bank account and seeing it get smaller and smaller and smaller. And so desperation starts kicking in. I'm dating at the same time. So for me as a man, I'm wondering, okay, what does Erica feel about me? I mean, hey, I can't, I'm kind of limited, in what I can do for her financially, so to speak. I mean, is she going to be like nervous? Is that going to, how is she going to affect our relationship? But thankfully, that wasn't what she was looking for, per se. Understanding my situation, understanding that, as she mentioned, a person who has spiritual qualities, who understand that, God has to come first in your relationship before anything. So the fact that they're not willing to compromise on that, unbeknownst to me, that said a lot to her.
Wow.
About the type of I would do. So yeah, that was some trying circumstances, and not just that. Wow, it just one thing after another while we were dating, that kind of affected our relationship. My mom had knee surgery, so I had to take her to the doctor because she couldn't drive while I'm looking for work, while I'm dating. One of my best friends, he had knee surgery. He also needed transportation back and forth.
Absolutely.
And then, Erica had got her too, and I'm checking on her. So, once my mom was stabilized, once my best friend stabilized, now she has an injury, a serious injury she's dealing with. So I'm concerned about that too. How's she going to recover? So it was a lot during our dating process.
Wow.
To piggyback off of what he was saying, it's almost like many people say that they endure trials and tribulations as married people. But we actually got a lot of the tribulations before we were married through the dating process and engagement. He mentioned being unemployed, and it wasn't just a couple of months. He was unemployed for almost over a year. But the fact that he mentioned these are things that I was looking at, what was he giving priority to? Was it, I need to find the person that gets offered to me, even if it's going to, affect my worship and my spiritual relationship with God, just to have some money in my hands so that I can provide? Or was he going to, actively look, but also at the same time put spiritual interests first and not neglect his relationship with God? Beautiful. And I was able to see that he had his priorities in order when it came to that. Even though it got to the point where his bank account was starting to dwindle, he continued to rely on God. And he did his due diligence to look as well. He just didn't sit by idly and say, I'm unemployed, God help me. But he also looked for work, and he was actively looking, but at the same time, he did compromise on the first opportunity that would cause him to neglect his spirituality. And
thanks so much for watching. Be sure to share this video and like, comment, and subscribe. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at @NewYouWow. Until next time, stand tall in your power and remember, your belief in yourself is your superpower.